Good morning. Welcome to Cengage OWL. This is a tutorial I'm doing for the technology proficiency assignment based on the web tools assignment that we did back in week 2. And I chose this particular assignment or tool because I wanted to show you something that has transformed teaching for me. Cengage is specific to chemistry, which happens to be what I teach in the public school system. And the purpose of this, again, is this has changed a lot of how I can do my teaching, and I wanted to share that with you. So throughout this process, you'll see just a portion of what can be done with Cengage, but it's going to be the portion that kind of has added a lot of value to what I do. So once you get courses set up, and that would be a different tutorial, once you have them set up with Cengage people, you would end up being able to hit your homepage. And you can see my courses listed there. But what I really want to focus on is the assignments, because this is what is different from what we are able to do prior to having this technology and how it has changed our classes. So inside the different types of assignments, you'll see many different assignments already preloaded for you. And everything on here is customizable, and that is one of the transformative technologies. We're going to focus on one of the two main types of assignments, the main types being the mastery as well as the end of chapter assignments. I want to focus on the mastery level, which is really good for Chemistry 1, first year type chemistry stuff, and what you can do with that. Now, first, I would like to show you what happens through the student view so you can see exactly why this has been so transformative. And you can see exactly what a student sees. And then I'm going to explain a little bit about how that is customizable, which has also worked for me being from the teacher side of things. Prior to having this kind of Cengage programming, I was not able to give students feedback quick enough for my taste. I wanted to be able to give students feedback on how they were doing with their problems, what they were doing right, what they were doing wrong, so that they could learn and grow from them. And when you're doing worksheets and things, you don't know right away whether or not they're doing the problems correctly. At best, you could give them an answer key, but that didn't even have a lot of feedback. That was just right or wrong. Cengage has allowed us to give not only right and wrong instantly, but also feedback on how or why. And that has been transformative. So this happens to be what a student would see when they would open up an assignment. This happens to have 17 different sets for mastery, and mastery is set up with 3 different questions, and you have to get 2 out of the 3 right per section. Again, all of this is customizable. What we're looking at right now is they also happen to give you a preparation section. If it's a MindTap Reader link, that means it goes straight to an online textbook that allows them to read on the particular material to help them out. They often will also give you other preparations. You can see here in this section, you have 3 different things that gives you more information, everything from tables and data to how to use the calculator correctly. So as far as the questions go, each student receives their own set of questions. They'll be very similar from student to student because we're gauging the same topics, but what you'll find is that no 2 students have the exact same pictures or the exact same numbers at the same time. Each time you go through these sets, it will regenerate for students if necessary, so even as they practice, they're not seeing the exact same questions each time. They're just seeing similar concepts presented. As this happens to be a first-year chemistry thing here, we're starting with elements and compounds, and I'm going to get these wrong so you can kind of see what would happen if students really don't know what's going on. Hit submit answer, and the first thing that pops up is the whoops icon. That's what the kids call it. It's showing you that something went wrong. Something we did here was not correct, and that allows for students to make a quick check to say, well, I think I know what I'm doing, but I maybe just made a simple mistake. They said, oh yeah, okay, yeah, that one should probably be an element. So I submit answer again, and I find out, wow, I really don't know what I'm doing. I still got 2 out of the 3 incorrect. If I click on specific parts, it tells me exactly what should be there. It shows me exactly what I got wrong right away. But not only that, it shows me why. And this is what was transformative for me, is the students were not only getting the right and wrong instantly, but they were learning why they were doing things wrong. It would give them examples as to what they should have done correctly. And students can then go back down here and choose to retry the entire group if they want to, and that would reload those questions. Or they can, since they only need 2 out of the 3 correct, they can just continue on with this group and choose correct answers. And as you see here, it's allowing them to practice similar concepts. When they get them all right, they get information still so that they can make sure that they've mastered it correctly. You can see on this side, I have the partial correct, I have the correct, and if I get one more here right, that will allow me to demonstrate mastery for that particular topic. And hopefully as a chemistry teacher, I should be able to do that. And you can see now I have mastery for that topic. They can do these questions in any order. So depending on what order I've taught things in, I can tell them, okay, you guys can do these questions now. You guys are able to master these topics now, and they know exactly where they're supposed to be at with the class compared to where I'm at now. I want to show you from a teacher side of things how we can customize some of these items inside the assignments tab from the teacher perspective. And so if I go back to that same assignment, I'm going to edit. You'll see there's 3 different categories of editing. The first category here is the assignment information. This is your due dates, your availability dates, like when do I want it to show up on their screen, when do I want them to be done with it by. All of this is customizing on the class level. You can also customize per student if you have kids with IEPs or kids who have been out and you need to extend assignments. All of those are for specific individual students, can also be customized. For the sake of this tutorial, we're going to kind of just focus on class size things. The assignment content, this is the actual questions that students would see. And you can see here that, yes, we still have our 17 groups on the right column. I can choose to include or not include specific groups. You get to go through each question. If you click on it, you'll see exactly what students would see down here below. And that allows you to make informed decisions as to whether this is the right kind of question for your student or not the right kind of question for your student. And you can also add more mastery groups from a categories of groups that are already provided. This is, again, transformative in the sense that I'm able to choose exactly what I need for my students, and I'm not relying on something that's not going to give them feedback. Everything that is available would give them that same kind of feedback. The other mastery section that you can do is the options, and this is the most customizable. This allows you to customize how many problems or attempts that they're going to get, whether or not they have resource links, whether or not that first detection error is here. It gives you all of that information and allows you to customize that per class. Some of this stuff is also customizable per student and allows you to differentiate your instructions per student. But again, the key transformative feature of this is the fact that we're getting feedback and useful feedback to our students instantly. And this is something that technology has allowed us to do and has boosted, in my class, the mastery level, because students are getting exactly what they need when they need it. The availability of this 24/7 as well has transformed how we do our problems. And we spend class time doing this. A lot of it, because I think that they need to be able to do these problems with me as a teacher, and yet at the same time, this is giving them that feedback that I was not able to give them. So I appreciate you taking a look at the assignment section of this. Again, I could do some more tutorials on different sections, and hopefully this is something that inspires you to look for similar content areas. I hope you enjoy your day as much as I've enjoyed sharing this with you. Thanks.